Okay, it's kind of weird doing like a first day of med school video because I've technically been going to the med school for 3 weeks now, but today's my first day of med school. It's orientation day. I need to be at school in 40 minutes and it's a 35-minute drive, so this is a really short video just setting up what's gonna happen here. Basically, Jessica and I both have been missing a lot of family vlogs, but we're gonna shoot like kind of a more long form update video, and I thought mine would be about starting med school. So obviously I don't know yet how it's gonna have gone. I'm hoping it went really well, and let's find out together. All right, I'll see you soon. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat, it's because my hair looks like a cockatoo. I guess it looks a little better now, but I woke up and it looked like a cockatoo, so I was like, I'll put on a hat. So anyways. Day 2. Okay, so I didn't record anything yesterday because I got home at like 11. But it was fun. It was good. You know, first day of med school is over. It was just cold in the auditorium and a lot of like orientation lectures. It was pretty much the whole thing. But then afterwards we went to Up Down, which is kind of like a bar arcade, and that was fun. Got to hang out and rub shoulders with a lot more of my classmates. I don't know. I think a lot of people, you know, looked at my Instagram and knew me as like an artist, which is fine. That's cool. That's interesting and exciting. And now the days are like the mornings are really early, and so it's just another day, another dollar. Because the orientation, like kind of different offices and deans and people speaking to us was really boring, and I was really cold and trying to distract myself. I did go ahead and do a little I did little sketches of the people, so I thought I'd run through them. So this is Dean Jacobs, who had a very short little like speech, but that's Dean Jacobs. And this is Dr. Choksi, who talked about something else. And this guy Chad Miller, Senior Associate Dean, he's kind of the bigger deal. He talked to us the most. And then this is Dr. Mirando. Yes, Dr. Mirando. I think he hosts some of our classes. And then you have Dr. Wade. I met Dr. Wade previously. She's part of the Office of Ignatian Mission, which is really the Office of DEI, but you didn't hear that from me. Dr. Bester or Baster. He's from South Africa. Very interesting name. Dr. Chen runs the Sim Lab, which is cool. This is Dr. Oh, no, not Doctor. This is just Jacob Harlan. He is Student Financial Services. And then Zach Musig, who had an hour and a half lecture about Canvas and like how to use your laptop and download the right softwares. And it was so cold and it had to be so bad. And so that's what day 1 was like. All right, let's see how day 2 goes. All right, no time for a day 2 update before I leave because I'm running late, but it's day 3. All right, bye. So a summary of day 2 first. What did I do yesterday? God, I don't even remember. Service. The focus was service. So we had a service panel that was actually really awesome. There was 5 different people in M2 and M4. Father Dr. James Duffy, so he's like a priest and a doctor, talked about the Jesuit mission. The former dean talked a little bit about things, and then this Wash U med professor who created Street Med St. Louis. So he founded our Street Med program here in St. Louis, which seems really awesome. He takes it very seriously, which also means that there aren't very many med student volunteer opportunities because they're really focused on like licensed physicians. But that was really neat. And then early day off. That was the only day on the week that I didn't have dinner plans, which is great. I came home. Today was focused on wellness. So we did some like wellness seminars. Lunch was Bandana's barbecue, and then we had an optional wellness event, and mine was rock climbing. So I went rock climbing, so I'm super tired. And then right after rock climbing was done, we had another optional wellness event, and that was at the rec center. And so I played badminton and basketball and soccer, and I'm double tired now. So that's a lot of being tired, a lot of being sweaty. So I'm gonna go take a shower and then do some work, because I got work to do. So that's day 3 down, I think. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday is white coat, and then Monday is the first day of school. So see you soon. I'm late for my dinner. Okay, gotta. Day 4, Thursday. Today was a long day. I mean, it was as long as every other day, but today was just hanging out in that really cold auditorium, just from start to finish. Heard talks from so many different people. I literally don't remember them. And then we had a dinner with our faculty leads of our learning communities, which are kind of like the Hogwarts houses, but they're learning communities. And my mentor had us in like a pretty nice restaurant, like one of those like hotel lobby restaurants with like steak and everything. That was exciting, but I was so tired after school that I came back at like 3:30, went for a quick nap. I had dinner at 6:30, so I was like, I can sleep for an hour or two and then still be fine. And then next thing I know, I'm being woken up at 6:45 and I'm running late, and so now I'm like speeding down the highway to get back to school. And it's downtown, and there was a Cardinals game today too. Cardinals is our baseball team, so I couldn't find parking, and the lot that's typically for the hotel was like event parking only, so they wanted to charge me $40, which I was not gonna do. And I was this close to giving up because I was already an hour late to this dinner, but I showed up anyways, and it was really sweet. It was really great to meet this doctor. He also studied medicine in Nashville, so we kind of had that in common. And then yeah, I came home, and tomorrow's the last day of orientation. And then it's the Cardinals game, and we got drink vouchers and drink tickets for after the Cardinals game, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this debrief tomorrow night, but if I don't, I'll see you on Saturday morning, and then that'll be orientation week. And then this is the video, which I think is a pretty cool video, but we'll see when it's all put together. Anyways, no, I haven't shot any vlog footage from orientation itself. It's just been these debriefs, but I hope that these are descriptive enough, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's White Coat Day. Friday update. Friday was pretty good. It was the last day of orientation. We had a few boring meetings, and then we had lunch, which was Cecil Whitaker's Pizza, which was okay, except that it was cold, and the cold wasn't good. And then afterwards, we did a neighborhood exploration project. Basically, we had a little assigned groups, like 5 people, and then we drove to look at 2 different neighborhoods in St. Louis. And the idea was one neighborhood is like more up and coming and white and gentrified and rich, and the other neighborhood is a little bit less rich, a little bit less white, a little bit less up and coming. And so my group was assigned to first check out the Central West End, and then to also check out Ferguson. And it was fine. We just drove around. We got ice cream at the Central West End, and then took some pictures in the area, and then we drove up to Ferguson. And the thing that happens when you're driving to Ferguson from like just north of Del Mar, where the tornado just hit, where things are like pretty run down, and then you go to Ferguson, you're like, well, I mean, like I know like this is in the news as like the worst part of St. Louis, but it's not so bad. Like there's a Schnucks and a Walgreens and parks and sidewalks everywhere, and I think that it was interesting, just like everyone in the car, especially people not from St. Louis, were like, whoa, are we even allowed to go to Ferguson? Like what happens? And then we got there, and then it was like we took a picture in front of like a train, like one of those old train engines that got turned into like a little park. So that was that. And then afterwards, I hung out for a little bit, because then we went and we had Cardinals tickets. The SLU people, we had a whole section for the SLU people. Saw the Cardinals beat the Padres 3-0. Go Cards. And then after that, we got vouchers to do a little bit of a bar crawl in the area. So they waived the cover, and we had some like drink deals at a bunch of different bars. I think we started at the Wheelhouse, then Tin Roof, Midwestern, PBR, Shark Bar, and then I went home and I crashed at my buddy Catherine's on her couch, which was very kind. Thank you, Catherine. Came home the next morning, and yeah, had the whole day off yesterday, but Cheryl came home. You were home yesterday, Cheryl, so that kind of catches up to our story, and now it's White Coat Day. That's been orientation week. Maybe I'll get some footage at the White Coat, maybe not, we'll see. If not, Cheryl, Jess, I'll see you at the family soon, but I'll see you at the White Coat ceremony first.